in 2017 to retain the director of urban roads and appointee of former President Mahama.
It's all over the social media. You take old videos of campaign donation and distort it, seeking to make it look like a recent video. Come on.
Meanwhile, the NDC is daring the president to come out publicly to deny or confirm the claim.
The president, as an accused person, I am urging him, I am demanding that I want to hear his voice. He must come and absorb himself.
We have details as former President John Mahama waiting to this controversy here on Top Story. Top Story is brought to you by Gassam, the Nation Builder, and Belacqua Mineral Water. My name is Ernest Manu. Tonight, the governing New Patriotic Party is asking Ghanaians to disregard a video put out by the opposition NDC, which is making the rounds on social media, showing President Akufo-Addo allegedly taking a bribe. Now, in the video, someone is seen handing over a brown envelope to President Akufo-Addo. But let me bring you some more detail and context to the video put out there by the opposition NDC. My colleague Kweku Asante has been looking at the video and joins me in the studio. Kweku, describe to us what you see in this particular video put out there by the NDC.
Right, so the NDC video has a voiceover. There is someone trying to narrate the specific incident, the specific actions that have been taken in the video. So that is the first thing you notice when you watch the video. It has a voiceover. And then there's a claim that a woman is being led to the president by Ghana's ambassador to the U.S., Dr. Ejebewa. So Dr. Ejebewa is a woman
in an office?
Yes. Together with Dr. Ejebewa, you can see his face clearly, is currently the Ghana's ambassador to the United States of America.
And then President Akufo-Addo on the other side.
Yes, and then there is someone who is secretly recording this, whose face we don't see, but we see him every now and then saying something. So that person is also in the video. And then they say that the ambassador was accompanied by the wife and brother of the director of the Urban Roads Department. So now we have a characterization of these specific persons. That the woman in this video is said to be the wife of the director of the Urban Roads Department. That is the first thing. And then the other person is said to be the brother of the director of the Urban Roads Department. As that. So as the conversation goes along, you hear some inaudible conversations. You can hear people talking in the office, but what exactly they are speaking, you don't hear. That
as in you see their lips
you see their lips moving. You can actually hear that they are talking, but what exactly they are talking about, you do not hear. So the video goes on, and then the ambassador, the person said, Dr. Ejebewa says that they have come to plead on behalf of the director of urban roads and deny any political affiliation of the man, and that he has not done anything at his office, and that party communicators are calling for his sacking from office, but they are pleading with the president.
And
so
the persons whose face you don't see in this video is the one making the allegation.
Yes. So this claim. Person who is secretly recording is making a claim that party communicators are against the continuous stay in office of this specific person, Mr. Alhaji Aholu, who was actually appointed by President John Mahama. And so this person is saying all these things. And then, so they go on, and then the president, as this man speaks, the president makes notes in his diary. The president keeps writing all the things they are saying. And then the money in an envelope is then
something in an envelope, because we cannot tell if indeed it is money.
That is
so. There's something in an envelope handed over to the ambassador
to be given to the president,
and so he does that in the video.
The ambassador stretches his hand with the envelope said to contain money, and then they mention a figure of 40,000.
Yes. But so this is in the voiceover.
No, this is in the MPP video. There's no voiceover, but in this NDC video, there's a voiceover. Okay. So it says $40,000.
Okay.
So ambassador hands over the thing to the president. The president is about to take it. Then ambassador diverts and gives it to the woman. So the woman should rather give it to the president himself. But because the president had already made move to take it, ambassador ends up handing over this thing believed that the NDC is claiming to be money to the president.
Okay.
And then The woman also said that they brought some T-shirts also, and that the T-shirts are in the car.
Okay.
And so the guy should go and bring it. And then the video ends that this guy who is doing the voiceover has on with the value judgment.
So that is what is in the NDC's version, because there are two videos out there now. The NDC's version of this bribe video making the rounds on social media. Indeed, they put it out there themselves. Now, the party, the NPP today, has been fighting this claim and this video associated with the president. Today at a news conference, the deputy campaign coordinator of the NPP and also the Minister for Zongo Development, Dr. Mustafa Ahmed, says the video has been doctored and that it was a donation being made to support the NPP's campaign in 2016. Listen.
And the NDC knows that it has lost the election. So it is resorting to throwing in fake videos alleging corruption on the part of the president. It will not wash. It will not wash. We believe that the Ghanaian people are very intelligent, discerning people. It's all over the social media. You take old videos of campaign donation and distort it, seeking to make it look like a recent video. Come on, come on, come on. Is the NDC so incompetent even at faking things? Faking, just fake something. Fake it. There's a pastor who's been preaching sometimes and saying in Kwi, Nkofobi Ohoa, Atemuda, Otumfo Nyankopon ka se nwe wo se keke na ko heaven kra won timi nwe ne se. Nwe wo se keke na ko heaven. Enu so ntimi. Fake keke, fake ade, fake. Enu so ntimi fake. After you pursue boomai. You want to run a nation, and you can't fake things. And listen to the spurious explanation that the president took in their fake video a bribe of $14,000. $40,000 in 2016 was 168,000 cedis. 168,000 Ghana cedis. Really? Really? And they think that people will believe. Let's even escalate it to $40,000 at current rates. That gives you about 230,000 Ghana cedis. 230,000 Ghana cedis. It cannot buy the engine of the Ford Expedition that candidate Mahama took from Kanazoe. This amount. It can't buy Ford Expedition that you took. Hey, pathetic souls. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, fellow Ghanaians, we should teach the NDC that decency and ethical behavior are very much a part of politics. Indeed, politicians, more than everybody else, should be ethical. Governance is serious business. When unethical people like those in the NDC assume the governance of a country, then what happened in Ghana pre-2016 is what happens. You have a demoralized society, collapsed businesses, broken financial sector, collapsed educational system, and a ruined economy.
And so you have Dr. Mustafa Ahmed, who is the deputy campaign coordinator of the NPP for their 2020 campaign, and also the Minister for Zongo Development, Dr. Mustafa Ahmed. My colleague Kweku Asante is still with me in the studio. Kweku, now the NPP at this news conference puts out another video, a video they claim is the full video. What do you see in this video?
Right. So this video bears a certain level of semblance with that of the NDC, but there are some marked difference. Let me go through what we see in the NPP video. So here too, there is someone secretly recording, but there is no voiceover. It shows a woman and a guy and then a man whose face we do not see in the video. This is the guy doing the secret recording. And then President Akufo-Addo comes in. They were sitting in a hall. So the president comes for them and sends them to his personal office, just a little steps after the hall. And then this man, who is believed to be the ambassador of the Ghana to the United States, speaks, introducing the woman, and said that this woman is the wife of one Alhaji Abbas Awolu, the head of Urban Roads Department, and that the wife came in to donate some campaign items, including T-shirts. This is instructive. Then the woman speaks for herself about the mission, why she came there. She came there to donate some things, some campaign materials to the president. And then the man who is believed to be doing the secret recording speaks and says that the woman is also bringing some money worth 40,000.
So you actually hear the woman say that she had come there to make the donation to support the campaign.
Yes, she says that we've brought campaign items and other things. There are some t-shirts in the car.
Yes. And this is the NPP video.
This is the NPP video.
Okay.
So this man from behind the camera recording says that the woman is bringing some money worth 40,000, but the currency is not mentioned. This is the NPP video, 40,000. So the man who brought the lady, that is the ambassador Ewua, Ghana's ambassador to the United States, hands over this amount believed to be money, allegedly, hands that over to the president. The president takes it, and then the president said, I need to have a name. The president says, I need to have a name. So then they mention the names again. Then the president takes notice of all those things and notes them in his personal diary. Then there are some inaudible conversations in the office, and then the video ends.
Thank you very much. That's my colleague Kweku Asante, bringing us some more details, some more description and context to the video, which has been circulating and generated this controversy. The opposition NDC has been defending its position on this, daring President Akufo-Addo to publicly deny the allegation if he didn't take the bribe. Listen to Kakari Samoa and the MP for Ketu South, Fifi Kwete, who addressed the media today.
That because of the seriousness of the allegations contained in the video, the president must personally speak to it. Please, you understand what I'm saying? There are human beings who have been made in there, who are Ghanaians, who are residents here. The president, as an accused person, I am urging him, I am demanding that I want to hear his voice. He must come and absorb himself. This is the least that I expect from you. And I know that you will do your patriotic duty and call upon him to come and answer why he took 40,000 cedis as donation. And please listen to me, be patient. Why he took 40,000 cedis as party donation, or why he took $40,000 as bribe. I am sure if he came here today, to explain himself, you have questions for him. Am I all right? Now, let me tell you just one small thing before I take my seat. Mr. Fifi Kwete has done a wonderful job this afternoon, and I'm sure you have a lot to write, so I won't take too much of your time. I have known President Akufo-Addo for 30 years because I'm a lawyer, and lawyers need to get to know each other. And I've known him personally for quite a while. On my honor, I am telling you that President Akufo-Addo, as a human being, believes in only one thing. You know what it is? He believes in Nana Akufo-Addo. Nothing else. That is why when he set up a government, so many of the members of government are his relatives. That is why when we have COVID, when everybody, and I'm talking about individuals, everybody in the world, a danger arises, the first thing we do is to cut down expenditure. Is that also? He has 128 ministers, many of whom we know are redundant.
Now, some months ago, I addressed a press conference in this country. That was in the wake of what was going on relating to sending troops in the water regime, under the guise that we were going to stop COVID patients coming through various borders of the East.
And so you had there Fifi Kwete, who is MP for Ketu South, and earlier Kakari Samoa, who is Communications Officer of the NDC. We're joined on the phone lines now by Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah and also the Communications Director for the Opposition NDC. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time here on Top Story. Let me start with you, Mr. Sami Jamefi. The NPP today has denied your claim, and they've actually said that you doctored this particular video, which is making the rounds, which you put out there. Your reaction?
And what evidence have they adduced to prove that indeed we doctored the tape, which we played at today's press conference? You see, my brother, our friends in the NPP must learn to credit the people of this country with some intelligence. We are not zombies, who cannot read in between the lines and separate truth from lies. No, Ghanaians are very discerning. And when they see a doctored tape, they know it is a doctored tape. The only people who are guilty of releasing a doctored, fraudulent tape to conceal the guilt, to conceal the truth, to conceal the complicity of their leader, Ghana's President Akufo-Addo, in this matter, is the NPP. Look, we all have seen President Akufo-Addo on tape gladly collecting money with his two hands. The NPP would have us believe that money was just a campaign donation made to then candidate Akufo-Addo in the run-up to the 2016 general elections. Now, the question any discerning Ghanaian must ask our friends in the NPP is that who gives party t-shirts and a mere campaign, financial donation to any politician in this country and secretly records it? Who does that? Since independence, we've been having elections in this country. Political parties, political leaders receive donations of all forms.
But Mr. JV, I think
financial donations and all
I
that.
think that is where the issue is, because in the NPP video, they do not deny that the president took money. What is in the envelope, we cannot independently verify, but at least that is not in doubt. The NPP admits it was money. However, they are saying the context is this: it happened in 2016, which is why the lady in the video who you allege or claim to be the second wife of the director of urban roads,
I am not alleging, and I'm not claiming that he's the second wife of the director of urban roads. In fact, in the video, both in the NPP so-called authentic video and in the real authentic video we played, the ambassador of Ghana to the United States of America, Dr. Ajay Bewa, is heard introducing the lady to President Akufo-Addo as the wife of the director of urban roads. It is in both videos. So
Granted,
that also
the point,
is not in
the point, no,
Mr.
Samuel JV, the point I want to bring to your attention is this: that you hear her say in the video the NPP presented to back their claim today, that there are some T-shirts in the car which they brought in addition to the money, which they do not deny.
Look, who produced this video? Who recorded this video? This video that the NPP actually released days before we got the real thing on YouTube was produced by Salis newspaper. And if you watch the 40-minute Salis newspaper documentary on this matter, this video was recorded in 2017 as part of their investigations into attempts by communicators and some officials of the New Patriotic Party to get President Akufo-Addo to sack the director of urban roads who was appointed by the NDC Mahama government.
Mr. Samuel, if I want you to hold the line for me, we have the information minister. Just briefly, it's important for me to do this because of time. I would allow you all the time, Mr. Jemfi, but just for me to do this quickly and within time, let me speak to the information minister, Kojo Ponkuma, just to clarify a few issues. Mr. Ponkuma, so number one, the director of urban roads we're talking about in this particular story is still at post. I have just pulled up a story from Modern Ghana, and this story talks about the fact that there is indeed pressure on this individual by members of the NPP for the president to actually remove him. In fact, they say that road contractors are also behind this plot to get President Akufo-Addo to remove him from office. It is a fact that he is one of the Mahama appointees. Well, the NDC says he's the only one. We do not know that. But at least he's still at post. And this story from 2017 also backs the claim. Your reaction to this?
Kojo, good evening, and good evening to your listeners. I think you just have about 9 minutes to finish your show, so I would beg for enough time to respond to the various issues. First of all, we give glory to God that in the last days of this campaign, the NDC, true to our expectation and true to what we forewarned Ghanaians about, has elected to demonstrate their desperation by resorting to this exercise of fabrications and falsehoods, cooked up videos and fake items which they are throwing out into the public domain. And we want to remind the NDC, because when this election is over, their supporters will ask of them why they chose to go this route when they could have been indulging in a proper campaign that maybe can convince people. We want to remind the NDC that if a poor track record, a weak manifesto could not help you make way in this election, a poorly produced fake video will not save you. Specifically, what is going on is a last-minute desperate attempt by a failed candidate, a failed campaign, to minimize the impending heavy loss they are going to suffer by resorting to these concocted stories and fabrications and this fake news. And it is a shameful low standard which is going on with the complicity of candidate Mahama himself. But it is dead on arrival.
But Mr. Pongomo, to the
let me come to
question.
the specifics. That's why I asked you for time.
Please.
Because you've spent about about 20 minutes going on and on about other things. So you give me time to also deal with the issues. First of all, nobody takes a bribe and makes notes writing the names of the people that let me know who you are making this donation, etc. Secondly, if you want a genuine tape, it's the raw, unedited footage that doesn't have a voiceover. Nobody's narrating it to you. You watch why Ghanaians are not discerning anymore. Now somebody has to narrate to them what they are seeing. The raw, unedited footage that allows you to see and hear from the beginning to the end is available for everybody here in Ghana to watch and see what it was. This is a 2016 very legal donation to the 2016 campaign of candidate Akufo-Addo at the time. And that's why you see Arise for Change 2016 T-shirts as part of the items being donated. This exercise to now edit it, add a new voiceover narration to it, and throw it out there, first of all, is akin to the NDC playbook that they have used in election 2008, which we have reminded Ghanaians about. But this time around, we're not going to sit and be quiet.
But just a point of correction there. In the video, the NPP showed today, and in the video the NDC has put out there, you do not see anything Arise for Change in that video.
You see, no, please take your time and look at it. You see the Arise for the T-shirts they are talking about. When they are getting up to go and take the photo, you see, and if you let your producers pause it and see, you see at the back of the T-shirt, Arise for Change. This election, our T-shirts are around 2. And by the way, who, and you just think about it, who after an election, assuming this is after 2016, who after an election will be donating T-shirts?
And the NDC agrees that this is why they're saying that the part about the donation of the T-shirt is something that has been added to the tape, and originally it's not part of what they put out there.
So the persons who you see in the fake video that has been put out, they were reassembled and put together in the same context. And now President Akufo-Addo, etc., were all taken back to the same place to go and reenact that part and now include it. Don't waste your airtime on this one. One last clue I'll give you.
Mr. Wonkuma, just a quick one.
The woman who's making the donation, she's not dead. I want to make an appeal to you, Multimedia Limited, to find that woman and interview her and ask her whether or not what the NDC is saying is true or false. They, after all, the ones who are claiming that, she is somebody who is more or less related to their cause. find
Mr.
her,
Oponkruma,
interview her.
very well.
And you
but the
you
substantive
come to a
question,
conclusion yourself.
Yes, but you've not answered the question I asked you, which
if I may land, like I said, you've spent about 20 minutes going on and on.
Yes, but
you
Mr.
give me time.
You need to bear with us
give
because
me
of the
time
time
to respond to the issues for the people of Ghana. I'm saying that woman is not dead. We pray you find her and interview her. But this bogus attempt to now cook up this video that in the last week, have you noticed that in the last week of this campaign, they are even now announcing that they're going to amend their manifesto?
I'm sorry, Mr. Oponkruma, you made the point already. I wish you could respond to the question I asked about whether or not your reaction to two issues. First of all, Dr. Alhaji Abbas, who is the director of urban roads appointed under the Mahama regime, is still at post. Then the NDC pulls out the story from Modern Ghana, which is dated the 17th of June 2020, to back the claim. It's a story about contractors allegedly scheming to get Dr. Abbas out of, and these are NPP contractors, the story says, to get Dr. Alhaji Abbas out of office. It is based on this which the NDC say he sent these monies through these individuals to President Akufo-Addo in order to retain him in office. And he is in office as we speak.
Doesn't it even sound laughable in your old ears as you try to repeat it?
Well, he is in office as we speak, Mr. Oponkruma.
That because there's an officer who is still at post. If the NDC comes to tell lies that that officer was about to be removed and he sent people to bribe the president and therefore he was kept in power, the fact that they now tie that in with this cooked video means what? It's incredulous. You don't even have to waste your airtime on it. But we have been very pleased that as we forewarn the people of Ghana, and please bear in mind, they are going to develop some more videos. In the next 3-4 days, you are going to see a bit more.
They have asked President Akufo-Addo to publicly speak on this. They have asked the president. They are daring President Akufo-Addo to speak to this publicly.
The president is in Swami, as I speak to you, campaigning and talking about free SHS, about planting for food and jobs, about a jobs program. The failed NDC campaign has no alternative. That is why they want you, instead of talking about President Akufo-Addo or what he's doing there, to waste your time on this cooked, wishy-washy, poorly produced fake item. And that's why Minister Hamid was saying that if you want to even fake a video, show some competence.
Mr. Oponkruma, just hold the line for me. Let me speak
to cooking videos.
Let me get quickly.
If I may land, like I said, you spent 20 minutes.
Because of time, Mr. Oponkruma, we appreciate that you could speak to us, but because of time, let me quickly get the reaction of Mr. Sami Jemfi to this. Mr. Sami Jemfi, the issue about the tape being doctored has been raised by the opposition NDs, by the governing NPP. They say that this is part of a grand scheme to make sure that President Akufo-Addo is tainted with a corruption tag.
Now, my brother, I hope that in all fairness, you will give me equal opportunity to also make my case.
Well, I must say that we do not have so much time, but if you could make your point briefly.
You're giving all the time to Kojo Oponkruma. Look, like I said, our friends at the NPP should credit us with some intelligence. We are not zombies. Kojo Oponkruma should stop beating about the bush and raising red herrings in this matter. This issue is not about whose campaign is dead and all that. Your boss, our president, has been caught on tape collecting bribe, $40,000. Now, you claim that this was a mere donation of money and party t-shirts for his campaign in 2016. The question we are asking you is that there were a lot of people who donated party t-shirts to President Akufo-Addo in 2016 during his campaign. I'm sure he got t-shirts also in his 2008 and 2012 campaigns. Now, since when have those who donate party t-shirts to political parties and political leaders record that secretly? I mean, again, we are talking about a woman who is the wife of a Mahama NDC appointee. Why would the wife of a Mahama NDC appointee, urban roads director, who at the time was being accused by the opposition leader, President Akufo-Addo and his party, as engaging in the inflation of contracts and all that, why would the wife of this man go to the opposition leader to give him money and party t-shirts so that he can win an election, come and kick out her husband and investigate her for inflated contracts? I mean, the story simply doesn't add up.
This government would be a very useless government if what Kojo Oponkroma is saying is true. That somebody actually recorded then candidate Akufo-Addo when they were making a donation of party t-shirts and some funds to support his campaign in 2016, waited for him to become president and commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and then doctored the tape to appear as though what they gave him was bribe. And yet those people, according to Kojo Oponkroma, are in this country. He is inviting the media to go and interview the woman. The woman has not been reported to the police for doctoring a tape as an accomplice to the one who secretly recorded the president and doctored that tape. Something which constitutes a clear cyber crime under our statutes. All Kojo Oponkroma is saying is that Joy FM should go and interview the woman. Then the government should be a very useless government.
Mr. Jemfi, just a quick one. How were you able to establish? How were you able to establish that the money in the envelope, or what is in the envelope, is indeed $40,000?
Because first of all, this is part of a documentary released by Salis newspaper. The background is clear. You yourself, you have confirmed that when President Akufo-Addo took office in 2017, there were efforts by New Patriotic Party communicators and officials to get President Akufo-Addo to sack Alhaji Abbas, who is a Mahama NDC appointee. You understand? And it was through that, in his efforts, here I'm referring to the Urban Rules Director, that he got the personal assistant of the Deputy Chief of Staff, Asenso Boakye, to intervene in the matter and kill the story, as it were. He gave the guy money. It is all in the documentary. Is that part of the documentary too doctored? Is it not true that the said gentleman works at the Flagstaff House and works with Asenso Boakye?
Well, these are claims that we need to verify, Mr. Sami Jemfi, but we ran out of time on this. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's the Communications Director of the Opposition NDC, Sami Jemfi. Earlier you had the Minister for Information, Kojo Oponkroma. We'll speak to some governance analysts on this because it also borders, if indeed it's about campaigning, it borders on political party funding, which the Constitution makes clear on what the party should do. We'll speak to a governance analyst on this after this break on Newsnight. Stay with us.